Hi friends, Island Homesteader here. It's been a while since I put a video out, but there just hasn't been a whole lot going on around here. One of the things that we're trying to do here in the home is lessen our reliance, I guess you would call it, on modern medicine to an extent. While I believe that obviously modern medicine does have its place, I think probably we've overused that, and we've seen the consequences of that. Antibiotic resistant bacteria and just overdoses of pharmaceuticals in our bodies. And one of the things, like I said, we'd like to do here in the home is try to find ways to lessen our reliance on that system. And one of those ways is through the use of time-tested and time-honored traditional home remedies, folk remedies, folk cures, that sort of thing. And one of those that we'll be trying, well, when I say we, it's probably going to be me. I don't know if I'm going to get my wife and certainly not my daughter to try this with me. And it's kind of ironic because you may hear it in my voice, but I'm just now, today is Tuesday, I was at the doctor last Monday and put on Biaxin and a cough syrup for well, we're not really sure what it was. Their computer system was down that day, so he was unable to run any tests. Said my throat was very red, very inflamed, was running a fever. Could have been strep. My chest was pretty congested. Could have been a slight case of pneumonia, but he couldn't run a strep test and he couldn't shoot x-rays because of their internet being down. Modern science all wrapped up there in one problem. But anyway, so today probably is the best day I've felt since then. So it's been a week. It's taken me to get over that. Me and my family chose this year not to get the flu shot. We have got the flu shot in the past, and that's, I'm not going to get in an argument or discussion about that either. That's something everybody has to make a choice on their own. But just more and more stuff you read, and I know some of it is anecdotal, some of it is blown out of proportion, but the less we can put in our bodies that don't belong there, I think the better off we are. So anyway, one of the things I am going to try this year is a concoction, you might want to call it, called Fire Cider or Master Tonic. And this is not going to be a how-to video. There are 1,000 videos here on YouTube on how to make it. This is just a video on what I'm doing, and then there'll be follow-ups on as it goes. So basically, Fire Cider or Master Tonic is a combination of several ingredients, and these are the ones that seem to be in almost every recipe, and there are a bunch of recipes out there and people adding different stuff, but it seems to at least on 4 of these ingredients go back to a very old possible folklore to the Middle Ages during the time of the bubonic plague. And there was a thing called 4 thieves then, where they actually caught 4 grave robbers who would rob the dead people from the bubonic plague, and they themselves never caught the plague. And they claim it's because they took a combination of ginger, onion, horseradish, and garlic every day, and that kept them from getting the plague. So this somewhat, I think, comes from that. There's, like I said, typically 5 ingredients now in Fire Cider, and that's ginger, onion, horseradish, garlic, and some sort of hot pepper. I'm using jalapenos. That's about as hot as I like them, but if you like a hotter pepper, then go as hot as you can. Probably the hotter the better. These 5 ingredients, and like I said, there's a lot of variations. I've seen turmeric put in it. I've seen cinnamon sticks put in it. Just a lot of different things, but this is what I'm going with. These will be either grated, the horseradish and the ginger will be grated, the onions will be chopped, the garlic will be peeled and chopped, and then the jalapenos will be sliced. All of that goes in a gallon jar. It's filled with raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized apple cider. Tops put on the jar, and it's left to steep for at least 4 weeks. It seems to be the longer the better. So I'm going to go somewhere between 4 and 6 weeks. At that point, you strain it, keeping all of this out, and the liquid that remains is what you use. And again, a lot of different ideas out there. An ounce a day seems to be a good happy medium for what most people claim. Just an ounce in the morning as kind of a preventative. This is supposed to be an immune booster, and that's what I'm looking for it to do, is boost my immune system. So I'm going to get started. I'm going to peel the horseradish, grate it, wash and peel. I'm not going to peel the ginger. I'm just going to wash it, probably, unless there's some really bad looking places in the skin, and then grate it, get it in the jug, and then roughly chop up the onion and garlic and slice the jalapenos and get them all in a jar. And then I'll show you that before I pour the vinegar on. Like I said, this is not a how-to. This is not going to be a step-by-step. I'm just showing you what I'm doing as I do it. Okay, after almost 3 hours of peeling, chopping, and grating, I did end up peeling the ginger. I couldn't remember. Some of this was organic when I was able to buy it, and some of it wasn't. Obviously, all organic would be better, but I had to get what I could get. So you can see in the jar the different layers. This is the horseradish, the ginger, onion, jalapeno peppers, and garlic, and that's a pound of each one. That seemed to be the general consensus, is even ratios. So again, horseradish, garlic, fresh horseradish grated, fresh garlic grated, onions diced, jalapenos chopped, garlic peeled and diced. So now I'm going to pour however much vinegar it takes to fill up the jug, and I'll show you when I'm done. Alright, and there it is, finished. You can see it took 2 quarts of the vinegar, and again, I use Bragg's, but you can use any raw, unfiltered, unpasteurized vinegar that you'd like. And 2 quarts fills it right to the top. I did stick a spatula down in it and try to get some of the air out as best I can, like you would if you were canning. So now you just take this jar, set it out of the way somewhere. Most people say in a warm, dark place. But you also need to shake it once a day or once every other day. So it needs to be where you'll think about it, where you'll see it, where you'll remember it. So I'll try to shake this once every day, once every other day, something like that. Give it a good shake. And I'll let you know. You let it steep for at least 4 weeks. 4 to 6 is better. So in 5 or 6 weeks, I'll let you know what the end product looks like. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching, and God bless.